All right, so I lucked out and got a pair of these on Nike sneakers. This is the Air Jordan 4 Retro SP or the Nike SB version. So we have the lid. I already wore these. I wanted to give you guys kind of a review after. I wore these a little bit and let you guys know if it's worth buying or not. So there's no extra laces or anything in the box, just so you guys can see, lots of wrapping paper. Anyways, here's a look at the shoes. I was happy that I was able to get a pair of these in hand and on feet. This is the second colorway that they released in collaboration with Nike SB. For those that don't know, Nike SB stands for Nike Skateboarding. And the build quality of this one's supposed to be a little bit different than a regular Air Jordan 4. But really, I just wanted to know, is it that much different than regular pair, or is it just like an Air Jordan 4? So hopefully you guys find this video somewhat informative. This is just my opinion, but if you have a difference in opinion, of course, leave a comment in the comment section for other people. Anyways, this color is pretty nice. As it says on the box, it is Summit White, white and navy. They have little hits of gum on the bottom, which I do appreciate as well. You do have Nike SB Air branding on the insole as well, so no Jumpmans or anything like that. On the back, you do have Nike SB also. On the tongue, Jumpman with the Flight, the Jumpman in red and the Flight in blue. Then you have a nice suede toe cap. And then you have a lot of the standard elements of the Air Jordan 4 that we're used to seeing with the mesh on the sides, and then also, you know, the eyelets and whatnot. You do have a rubber pull tab on the back, and in this one, it is a little bit different because this is like an actual rubber, flimsy rubber. It's not like a hard rubber, so interesting there. I will pull out an Air Jordan 4 and just kind of have a side-by-side comparison. But I do like the gum elements on the bottom, supposed to help with the grip a little bit for skateboarding. And then I will tell you that the leather materials are just, they're average. It's not anything too crazy, to be honest. I don't know, like, if people were hyping them up and saying they were going to be better than regular. I mean, it doesn't look and feel any better to me, and I've worn these twice, and there's significant increasing across the toe box. So it is kind of what we expect anyway. You have a white liner on the heel, and then the reverse side of the tongue is a blue liner, and it does say Air Jordan flipped upside down, sewn on. Always like when they have that. Now the midsole is white with that navy blue, and then interestingly enough, the Air unit on the inside is actually red, which matches the Jumpman on the tongue, the Nike Air on the bottom, and then the Nike SB Air insoles on the shoes. It's something that stands out, but it is also very subtle as well. Something I actually didn't notice the first time I looked at the shoes. Anyways, before we get into a comparison, I wanted to give you guys a few words of what Nike says about the Jordans. Kick flips and tail slides, dimes and dunks, and Nike SBs and Jordan. Some things just go together better. The Nike SB AJ4 honors one of the greatest duos to play in the sneaker game, Sandy Bodecker. It isn't called Nike SB for nothing. And the legendary designer Tinker Hatfield. They created a buzzer-beating icon that not only propelled MJ along on his journey, but transcended basketball, altering pop and street culture forever. Nike SB and Jordan joined forces again to tweak the AJ4 design so you can skate all day and land big tricks. It features the original 89 shape around the toe box for improved fit and deconstructed upper with a flexible plastic detailing. Nike Air in the heel helps you handle epic stair counts, and because the grip matters, gum rubber on the outsole adds traction where you need it most. Heritage color blocking nods to the classic Air Jordan 4 with navy accents add the flavor du jour. Step on it, the wild ride continues. Now, since we've seen a lot of the retros of the Air Jordan 4s, I just pulled out a random pair. I have the white cements from the previous retro here for comparison. I've had quite a few of these, and of course these ones are coming out again this year, so it's fun to be able to look and compare next to each other. Now I like that they call out the shape of the shoe just being more true to the original. I'm not like one of those people that are like super hung up on the original shape of the Air Jordan 4. I never had one. I've always owned the retros with the Jumpman on the back and then just various colorways of the Air Jordan 4. So the shape detailing doesn't honestly do that much to me, but I do like that it's a little bit more padded in the collar. Now the midsole foam does feel a little bit softer in comparison to the standard pair. Like if you squish on this midsole, it actually just feels like it's just made differently. I don't know what the actual materials are, but it does have like a little bit of give to it. Maybe they're a little bit more comfortable than a standard Air Jordan 4, but that's not like, that's not the biggest compliment you could have, because Air Jordan 4s are not really that comfortable in general. And I guess we're looking at 2025 right now, where there's so many ridiculously comfortable sneakers out there. Like a little bit of a tweak to like this model is not going to make it like ultra comfortable comparison to like the regular one, but it is a little bit more comfortable on feet. But I wouldn't say like this is a game changer. Like forget all the other Air Jordan 4s. Like this is the only one that's comfortable now. It's like slightly better, I guess. And just so you guys can see, I have quite a few Air Jordan 4s that are on the sneaker wall. And out of all of the Air Jordan 4s that I wear, this is the most comfortable one that I've ever bought. And this one is super expensive and premium and different. Like it has a quilted leather liner on it and stuff. They're not really soft in their feet or anything like that, but they're just made really, really well. And for me, these are really comfortable. So like I said, comfort's really different for everybody. If you think this is better than the standard pair, it probably is a little bit better, but just overall, it's not like insanely better. In comparison to like a New Balance 991 V2 or a 990 V6, I think those are more comfortable than like a Jordan 4. It's kind of in that same realm of like build quality, if you will. So I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, the retail on these were $225. So that is a pretty hefty price point for a pair of SBs. I think that that's the beauty of like a skate shoe in general, is the fact that you have shoes that are usually a little bit more affordable. 225 is kind of crazy. It's like they're upcharging a premium to make something deconstructed and a little bit better for something that it wasn't intended for, but just making some minor tweaks. I think a better example, and something that I will have a comparison to once I get them in hand, is New Balance just released like a new 933 or something like that, which is like a skateboard version of, I think, a 993, which looks crazy. I think that upper mixed with the like totally new outsole looks kind of cool. If you're interested in the takedown version of the Air Jordan 4, I'll link it in the description as well. It's also made for like biking and skating, and the retail on that one's only 150, so you can actually get that in colorways that are under retail, which is pretty awesome. Now, I don't have the brick by bricks to compare to these, but obviously those ones are made for like biking and stuff. These ones for skateboarding. It's all sort of like street stuff, and so it would be interesting to hear how these ones are next to the other fours. All in all, I think it's a good colorway of an Air Jordan 4. It's a nice sequel to the first one that they released. Obviously, with the economy being the way it is, the resale is not crazy on these. So that's kind of a good thing for those people that actually wanted to get a pair of them. Would I say it's worth it? Yes, if you are interested in trying an Air Jordan 4 out and you like the colorway and you just wanted to see what it was about. Obviously, you're going to get close to your money back or more if you are interested in buying them and wearing them, and then you just want to just get them and sell them, whatever it is. That, of course, it's going to be worth it in that regard, where it's not going to go down $100 in value once you get them. But I will say that if you're really trying to find something comfortable, it's not really the best option. I think if you're newer to sneakers, the better option would be to get a pair of the original colorways that ended up restocking last week. You could probably find like a Black Cement 3 for a pretty nice price. Even the metallic 5s now probably dropping in price because more of them ended up releasing. I think both of those two are like more classic colorways. This is like, unless you're like super heavy into skating and stuff, then of course, like if the shoe fits literally, then get that shoe. But usually skate shoes cost less than $225. So it's like, would you really want to skate in this shoe at $225, or would you rather get something that's like $115 or $130 and just thrash it? I think I would rather do that than to be able to wear a pair that's so expensive right off the rip. But it is what it is. I mean, obviously some people are going to be mad at that. I mean, I skated into them a little bit, but I'm not kick flipping. I'm just casually cruising around, which I could do in like flip flops. You know, it's like you don't need the shoe to be able to skateboard, and you don't have to be able to skateboard to get the shoe. I think it's a fun market though. We have a crossover between products, and even if they make the tooling a little bit different for this shoe, different midsole, and different reinforcement, and gum sole for the extra traction and so on, I think that's good. I don't think it's going to make like a world of difference in any which way you slice it. If you wear these to skate, it's not going to be like impenetrable. You're going to thrash them. They're going to get destroyed. I mean, I wore these to the mall and the kids stepped on them and I got creases on them just from that. So it is what it is. But I think it's a cool pair, and definitely happy that I was able to get a pair of them. 225, I mean, I had a lot of bills this last month, so I'm like, geez, 225 was crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have bought these. Maybe I should have got something else instead. But it is what it is. Like, I'm happy that I got a pair of them. Happy I was able to try them out. If a third colorway came up in red, or a different colorway came up, I'd probably just pass on them, or I would just probably buy them and sell them quickly, because I don't think I need them for comfort. And as you can see here, I have quite a few nice pairs of Air Jordan 4s already, including like all of the other original colorways. So I'm kind of at the opposite end of the consuming spectrum, where I've like consumed so much and I've had so many pairs that it's nice to be able to try one of these, but it's not the end all be all, because I have so many other pairs to mess with, which I'm very lucky and I'm very fortunate for, and I recognize that. But anyway, hopefully you guys got a pair at retail. If you did, I do like that they launched a new system to be able to release them. I was able to get them through early release, which was crazy. I didn't think that was going to be able to happen. And it was directly through sneakers. So I like that they're trying to combat bots a little bit. And so it's going to be interesting to be able to see what ends up happening in the future. I wish that they would have had something figured out years past, because I've had like so many new accounts, because I figured my old accounts were just so dead. They never hit on anything. I would just start a new account. And sometimes I did that. And actually I hit this on one of my older accounts. I got a new phone. I accidentally logged into my old account. And then I was like, wait, okay, I guess this is the account I'm rocking with now, since my phone numbers are tied to it. And then I ended up hitting on this, which was crazy. Anyways, I love the colorway. I think that looks really solid. I like the color blocking on it as well. I like that it's somewhat true to the original, and then they have the little tweaks to make it more SB-like. It's a solid product nonetheless, but the 225, I think, is the part that stings a little bit. Anyway, hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day out there, and hopefully we'll see you back on the channel for some more sneaker content. All right, peace, guys.